Guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about a few different things. So make sure that you watch the whole video today because there's a few different things that I need to tell you. For instance, let's start with what I'm doing. I just bought the Bitcoin dip. I just bought Bitcoin right here. Now, it is... Usually I get roasted in the comments when I'm a little bit more transparent with what exactly I'm doing. Usually when I tell people, when I'm buying, people call me a schmuck. People tell me that some people they infer I'm dumb for buying it wherever I did. Everybody always says in the comments, oh, it's going to go lower. I'm not buying here. In fact, I remember, I've told this story before. I remember when Bitcoin was hovering between $3,000 and $4,000 for months, and a few different times on videos. You can go back then and check them out. I talked about how I was buying Bitcoin between $3,000 and $4,000, and I got roasted in the comments of people calling me dumb. Turns out, looks like I was right, and you know what? I bought the dip again, and I'm proud of it, and I wanted to be transparent because you shouldn't copy what I do. But a lot of people find value when I just let you know what I'm doing. You want to know what I'm putting my money where I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And I wanted to let you know. Now let's pivot. Let's go further. Let's talk about another reason why I am so bullish on Bitcoin. And this is something that I feel like most people do not realize this. Most people probably won't realize this for a long time, but just think about it because this is true. And what this. I'm talking about the fact that almost everybody who owns Bitcoin today, there's going to be a percentage of their Bitcoin stack that they will never sell. As more and more new people get into Bitcoin, as those new people buy Bitcoin, there's going to be a percentage of their stack that they never sell. And yes, they're probably going to have less of a stack of Bitcoin than you do, but there's still going to be that percentage that they never sell. Why? Why would they never sell all their Bitcoin? I don't understand. I'm going to tell you. Keep watching. I'll get to that in a second. Think about this. Just think about this for a second. It is still early for Bitcoin. If you own Bitcoin right now, it's still pretty early. Bitcoin is only 11 years old. The world this year just started to recognize the true value of a decentralized, permissionless, censorship-resistant, undebasable money. People are just now realizing the benefits of this, and they'll continue to realize it over the next coming years. Pretty soon, now let's think far into the future, pretty soon, years from now, decades from now, as Bitcoin network is infinitely bigger, as there are now a lot more people who own Bitcoin in the future than today, but there are still only the same amount of Bitcoin. Pretty soon, there's going to be millions and tens of millions, going on hundreds of millions of people who will never sell a portion of their Bitcoin. And this is the kind of demand versus supply that's going to send the Bitcoin price sky high. I'm talking about in the far future. So let's get to that question. Why will people never sell their whole stack? And I'm actually going to explain it to you in full in just a second. But first, I think this is going to help me illustrate it. First, watch this 1-minute clip from years ago, Bitcoin Pizza Day. I hope this illustrates it.
How'd you get this idea to trade Bitcoin for pizza?
I just honestly thought it would be really cool if I could say, hey, I just traded this, open source internet money for a real world good. And I thought, what better thing than food? Food is a basic necessity. And, pizza, every geek understands pizza.
So how did you actually buy a pizza?
I just posted on the forum. I said, if anybody's interested, I'm offering 10,000 Bitcoins in exchange for some pizza. And somebody there said, hey, I'll take you up on that offer. So I sent him the 10,000 Bitcoin. I said, okay, here it is. I'm waiting for my pizza. And, he phoned it in. He paid with his credit card. And the pizza showed up at my door. Here you can see the original pizzas, and that's my daughter's hand. She was a year old.
Wow. So you paid 10,000 Bitcoins for one pizza?
It was two pizzas, actually.
Oh, two pizzas out of it.
And, maybe the person spent $30, $40, something like that.
What would it be worth today?
$80 million, I don't know.
$80 million?
A lot. People laugh at that, but at the time it wasn't worth anything.
Right. Is it true some people celebrate the anniversary of the day you bought the pizza?
Yeah, May 22nd, Bitcoin Pizza Day. So
it's called Bitcoin Pizza Day?
It is.
Raise your pizza. Raise your pizza. Raise your pizza. Toast to the one and only Laszlo. Thanks for being here and coming, and thanks for inspiring International Bitcoin Pizza Day. This is awesome. Cheers to you.
That's kind of cool, though, that around the world, people who know about it celebrate what you did, May 22nd.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to kind of have a holiday in my honor.
I'm going to mark it down on my calendar.
Okay, so think about it like this. Bitcoin is the fastest appreciating asset in history that, despite its dips, continues to go up. And as its network effect increases, that just increases the value of the network. And it's the hardest money that the world has ever seen. There are only 21 million Bitcoins that will ever be created. So in a world where centralized authorities are printing as much as they want, anytime they want, a decentralized, permissionless scarcity, this is something that the world has never seen before. And since nobody controls the Bitcoin network, since the supply flow is fixed, if there's a high demand, Bitcoin is prone to seeing big run-ups like this. So if you hold Bitcoin and you're watching the price go up and it goes up pretty high, and then you sell, and then the price continues to go up, it's really hard to get back in. And just like the Bitcoin pizza guy, I've heard this before. I think it's so true. I think this will continue to be true because nobody really realizes that Bitcoin is, a decades-long project. A true Bitcoin OG can, signal how early they actually got in, not by how much Bitcoin they have now, but by how much Bitcoin they've lost, that they used to have. Because we're just starting to think about Bitcoin maybe lasting a long time. In the first 1.5 years of Bitcoin's history, Bitcoin had no market value. There was no expectation of getting rich. The goal was to simply build out a decentralized, permissionless, censorship-resistant money. But after about 1.5 years, in order for something to be money, eventually there needs to be that exchange of goods that takes place. So 10 years ago, one man had tens of thousands of Bitcoin that he mined, just burning a hole in his pocket. He also had a hankering for some pizza, and the rest is history. This is that post. I'll pay 10,000 Bitcoins for a couple of pizzas, like maybe 2 large ones so that I have some left for the next day. I like having leftover pizza to nibble on later. You can make the pizza yourself and bring it to my house, or order it for me from a delivery place. But what I'm aiming for is getting food delivered in exchange for Bitcoins where I don't have to order or prepare it myself, kind of like ordering a breakfast platter at a hotel or something. They just bring you something to eat and you're happy. He goes on to talk about things he likes on the pizza. I also like regular cheese, which may be cheaper to prepare or otherwise acquire. If you're interested, please let me know and we can work out a deal. So this was the first recorded time that somebody paid for something using Bitcoin, really didn't have a market value. Guy spent 10,000 pizzas on 2 Papa John's pizzas. Here we are, 10 years later, Papa John proudly celebrates this day, putting up a billboard. Not sure what city this is in. But, and I've used this example before, people in 1995, you can see those videos of Katie Couric and plenty of other people. People in 1995, many did not see how the internet would change things. Many people in 1995 actively thought, I don't think Bitcoin's going to be around in the future. Now, cut to 10 years later in 2005, everybody pretty much realized in 2005 that the internet is here to stay. And now 20 years, 30 years later, it's very clear the internet is here to stay. My point is, people are just starting to come around with this idea to Bitcoin. Imagine in 5 years from now, imagine 10 years from now. 5 years ago, nobody thought that Bitcoin had a long-term future, or a lot of people got scared away. This is the first cycle. I think a lot of smart money realizes that Bitcoin is going to be around for a long time. And that really is my point. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you appreciate getting this kind of perspective, do me a favor, hit the like button. Give the channel a big thumbs up. It's a simple thing you can do. It really does help get this video out there to as many people as possible. So, is it altcoin season yet? No. Is it Bitcoin season? Yes. There are certain times in the cryptocurrency market history where it's better to have more diversification into altcoins. That is not what's going on, and it's not what's been going on, and that's been my perspective for a long time now. I would love it if, it was altcoin season and we could talk about some altcoins that are pumping. But the name of the game is to accumulate the coin that will stand the test of time, and that's Bitcoin. And sorry, that's my opinion. Go ahead, let me know in the comments which other coins you're accumulating. And I would just say that, just like in a precious metals portfolio, you want to be heavy gold. want to be heavy Bitcoin in cryptocurrency. All right, see you tomorrow.